Hello families, today we will begin lesson 22. As you can see, this is the letter that your child would normally bring home. We are going to be comparing numbers. As you read through the letter, you will notice that the students are now going to be using the greater than and less than symbol. They will still need their manipulatives, their tens and one blocks or pieces of paper, whatever you've been using to help them. They'll still need those for all of lesson 22 to help them compare the numbers. When looking at the greater than symbol, I always try to teach the students to think of it as an alligator's mouth, and the open part opens to the greater number, just as like an alligator likes to eat things. The mouth, and it looks like an alligator's mouth, the open part of the mouth is facing the bigger number. And the less than symbol, the part of the mouth that is closed, like they're not eating, is less. The pointy part faces towards the number that is less. In this lesson, your child is going to understand to compare looking at the tens first. And if the tens are different, they'll know, like for example, in the number 48 and 35, the 4 in the tens place is greater than the 3. Therefore, this number 48 is going to be greater than 35. If the number in the tens place is the same, they then would have to look at the ones place to decide which number is greater than and which number is less than, using the ones. On the back side of this letter is an activity that you might want to do at home to help your child better understand using the greater than and less than symbol. All you would have to do is cut out these numbers, choose two numbers, and then have your child place the symbol facing correctly towards whichever number is greater than or less than. All right, we're going to move into the lesson. So if your child could please have out their manipulatives to help us get through this lesson, they will probably need those. So lesson 22, session 1 is exploring comparing numbers. Rosa carries 24 books. Ryan carries 37 books. Who carries more books? Who carries fewer? As I look down here, I see Rosa and I see Ryan's name. I know that I'm going to have to draw what Rosa has here and what Ryan has here. Then down here, I'm going to have to write the names to compare the two amounts of books. So I'm going to read it again. Rosa carries 24 books. Ryan carries 37 books. Who carries more books? Who carries fewer? Now we read it a third time. Remember, we always read our problems 3 times. On the third time, we start to draw to go along with the problem. So Rosa carries 24 books. To show 24, I'm going to look in the tens place of 24. There's 2 tens. So underneath Rosa, I'm going to draw 2 tens. And there's 4 ones. So I'm going to draw 4 ones. Then it says Ryan carries 37 books. So underneath Ryan over here, I'm going to draw 37. I look at the number 37. I see that there's 3 tens and 7 ones. 5, 6, 7. Now, when I go to write the names to compare, the first one says blank carries more books than blank. When I look here at the tens, I see there's 2 tens. And when I look over at Ryan, I see there's 3 tens. I know that 3 is greater than 10. Therefore, I know that Ryan has more books than Rosa. So on this line right here, we're going to write Ryan carries more books than Rosa. And the next one is asking who carries fewer. Remember that fewer means less. So Ryan has 3, Rosa has 2. 2 is less than 3. Therefore, on this line here, you're going to write Rosa carries fewer books than Ryan. Then you can flip your page over And there's a problem that is similar to the one that we just did. There are 28 soccer balls. There are 31 footballs. Draw to compare the number of balls. So you're comparing the number of soccer balls to the number of footballs. I'm going to read the problem again. Be thinking about what you're going to draw under here for soccer balls and what you're going to draw under here for footballs. There are 28 soccer balls. There are 31 footballs. Draw to compare the number of balls. Okay, so I know now when I go to read it again, I'm going to start to draw. There are 28 soccer balls. So in the number 28, there's 2 10s and 8 1s. 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 31 footballs. So over here for footballs, I'm going to draw 3 10s because 3 10s is 30, and then 1 1. So 3 10s and 1 1 is the same as 31. Now here has 28, so I'm going to write 28 on the line. And this right here is 31. I'm going to write 31 on the line. Now down here it says to fill in the blanks. There are more blank than blank. First, you're going to look at the 10s. The soccer balls have 2 10s. The footballs has 3 10s. Which has more 10s? 2 here, 3 here. 3 is more than 2. Therefore, the footballs, 31 footballs, is more than the soccer balls. So there are more footballs than soccer balls. Then it asks, there are fewer blank than blank. We know that 2 for the soccer balls, 2 10s, is fewer, less than 3. Therefore, there are fewer soccer balls than footballs. Remember to always compare your 10s first, and that will help you to better understand which one has more and which one has fewer. Okay, then you're going to flip your page over to the other side. Number 1 says, think about what you know about comparing numbers. Fill in each box. Use words, numbers, and pictures. Show as many ideas as you can. So here you can see the word fewer. So you need to, using words, numbers, pictures, and something else, you can choose which one to do it again. Show what the word fewer means. I'm going to start by using words. Another word for the word fewer is less. So inside the box here, I'm going to write the word less because less and fewer mean the same thing. Then I'm going to use numbers. I'm going to choose 2 numbers and I'm going to circle the one that is fewer. So first I'm going to write 13, then I'm going to write 24. Which of those is fewer? When I look in the tens place, this has 1 10 and this one has 2 10s. I know that 1 is fewer than 2, therefore 13 is fewer than 24. Next, I'm going to use a picture. I'm going to use 10s and 1s to draw my picture. First, I'm going to draw 2 10s and 1 1. Then I'm going to draw 3 10s and 1 1. Which one of these groups is fewer? Remember to always look at your 10s first. This group has 2 10s. This group has 3. I know that 2 is fewer than 3. Therefore, this group right here, which is 21, is fewer than this group right here, which is 31. Next, I'm going to use words to write out my numbers to show two numbers being compared. So first, I'm going to write the number 3, and then I'm going to write the number 22. Which one is fewer, 3 or 22? We know that 3 is fewer or less than 22, so you're going to circle the number 3. Then looking at number 2, it says circle the group with fewer books. Remember when you see something in a stack like this? All you have to do is count that one time to make sure that they're showing you a group of 10. Once you know that's a group of 10, then you can just count these by 10, and you know this would not be a group of 10 because it's not the same size stack. So I'm going to count these first to make sure this is a group of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, that is a group of 10. So now when I go to count this, 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I'm going to write the number 24 underneath here just in case I forget when I go to count these books over here. So these are the same size stack as these, so I know that there's 10 in each of these stacks also. So 10, 20, 21, 22. So over here is 22. Now let me go back to what the direction was asking me to do. And it says, circle the group with fewer books. I just told you to look in the tens place to compare your numbers. Well, there's a 2 here and a 2 here. That's the same. So how are you supposed to know which number has fewer? Then you need, if the number in the tens place is the same, you need to look at the number in the ones place. So this has a 4 and this has a 2. Which of those is fewer? 2 is fewer than 4. Therefore, 22 is fewer than 24. So this group of books has fewer than this group of books over here. Then going down to here, it says to solve the problem. There are 34 apples. There are 27 bananas. Draw to compare the number of fruits. Apples to bananas. Then it wants you to fill in the blanks below. This page you're going to be doing on your own. If you are confused, remember that you can go back up to the other pages that we did. This one is very similar, and this page up here is also very similar. So I'm going to read the problem again and have you solve this one on your own. There are 34 apples. There are 27 bananas. Draw to compare the number of fruits. So draw how many apples? Draw how many bananas? Write the numbers on the line. And then there are fewer blank than blank. There are more blank than blank. When you are finished, you have finished this lesson for today.